Skidamarink. The love of your life. Love akin to a volcano. Adele. What a wonderful name. Can I just call you Adele? Have you heard about the thing everyone does for the first time they climb a volcano? Take pictures, maybe? It's roasting foul beast eggs in the lava. But having climbed 27 volcanoes, I can promise you that when it comes to cooking eggs, lava and originum stoves make no difference whatsoever. Yeah, you're bound to burn them regardless. Hey, you always heat them right up. So, is this what a volcano really looks like? It's very different from what it's in the books. Don't worry, Adele. Just stay right behind me. Anywhere that you see me stepping is going to be safe. If you're nervous, why don't you take my hand? I'm fine. Adele, you asked us before why we love volcanoes, right? I promise you this. Once you see a volcano erupt with your own eyes, you'll never forget the feeling. I like to sit on the slopes and meditate. The land and us are both full of mystery. And if we ever spend our lifetimes seeking answers, we may not be able to survive. We may not be able to solve even a tiny fraction of them. Still, I do enjoy the puzzle solving. Mankind may have invented nomadic cities, but we still haven't completely figured out how catastrophes form. We may have invented many tools with Originum, but we also have no way to counter their effects when they backfire. Humans need to admit just how insignificant they are when they come face to face with nature's mighty forces. That way, they won't spend so much energy meaninglessly slaughtering each other. Adele, don't mind Kadia's pessimism. Not everywhere is as simple as Siesta. It's natural for him to grumble when, as a scholar, he's all wrapped up in noble bickering. But on these issues, I've always looked at things quite differently from him. Naturally, humans are insignificant, but it's exactly why we are so insignificant that we can live on the land. You're right, Magna. Life is insignificant, yet mankind insists on seeking answers in the earth with their insignificant lives. When you look at it that way, when they are inevitably swallowed up by that same earth, you can only accept their fate as par for the course. A lot of translation errors. I should be prepared. But how am I supposed to face the abyss alone after the two of you are gone? Professor Keller, here's the last 2 hours of data we got from the monitoring station, number 1, before the signal was lost. We've never seen abnormalities like this. We have no choice but to consult you. The surface gas concentration hasn't changed. How did the temperature go up by this much so quickly? If the data were real, then that means the energy accumulated in Mount Siesta suddenly increased tenfold. No. It's not possible, no matter how you slice it. Ignore it as a point anomaly. Inform the city government that the volcano has become more active, and to have the citizens prepare. That's all we can do. Professor, this may not be your usual point anomaly. My parents mentioned similar situations in their research notes. The temperatures in the volcano's surroundings were abnormally high and didn't match the other data. They never found the cause, but this can't just be explained as a coincidence. Professor, shouldn't we head there to take a look at the situation ourselves? Monitoring station number 1 is about midway up the volcano. It's very dangerous to go up there now. This kind of data anomaly could just be an equipment malfunction. There's no need to take the risk. and head there for on-site inspections. We can adjust the final observation results based on other monitoring stations' data later. Professor Keller, I don't understand. You kept saying how important this observation was going to be, that it's an opportunity that many scholars had been waiting for. Tens of thousands of residents could have their lives upended. Shouldn't we be as careful about this as we possibly can? If we run away now, isn't that admitting their sacrifice was for nothing? The girl's voice is quiet, and her body is trembling ever so slightly. It seems that she spent quite a bit of her strength just to express her honest opinion. Keller appears a little dazed. Right. How could a sacrifice like that be meaningful? It doesn't look like I'm going to convince you. If you aren't willing to go, is it okay if I go alone? Don't be absurd. We don't know what's going on at the volcano. I can't let you go somewhere so dangerous all by yourself. Professor Keller, would you return my mother's protective suit to me? Is there anything we can do but eat? This goes on, my stomach's gonna explode. Listen to a few more guitar songs? Kind of feel there's meant to be something more exciting. How's it supposed to be as exciting as the Obsidian Festival? The crowds were massive, the streets and shops were endless, the music never ever stopped. That was so much better. Say what you will, but this party reminds me of the first Obsidian Festival. The first one? How many years ago was that? Not a whole lot of people still remember, but the first festival was actually held in the mines. It was run by a bunch of miners. Yeah, there weren't that many people, much less decent musicians. They just strummed their guitars and played a few songs they wrote. That's how it all began. Nobody back then could have imagined it would grow so big and attract so many guests. Is the after party gonna come back too? Now, no one can say for sure. But if you guys are moving to the city center, does that mean these shops are gonna be closed forever? Probably. We might have to make a living some other way. But nobody lives a life without change. That said, whenever we have free time, we might come back here and set up a stall. Play a few songs. If anybody comes, we'll give them a few skewers to snack on. Nobody comes? We just look at the sea, at what lies beyond. We brought a can of sand from the old beach here too. If the volcano does end up erupting, the old place is going to be covered in ash, right? All the path we've taken, the shops we visited, the beaches we walked, everything will be buried under a pile of volcanic ash. But you'll still remember our party here tonight, won't you? Of course. This, too, is a new memory. The shop owner strums the guitar, and the voices of the crowd romping around can be heard from afar. Hey, you guys aren't gonna dance? It's the time to dance, kids. So if all you do is eat and chat, that's not a party. Here, let me play something. Care to join us, ma'am? Of course. Bird strums her guitar strings, and the gentle melody starts to envelope this city plate. Lying on the grass, the people gaze at the night sky, fireflies, and the stars up above. Then, with a buzz, a disharmonic electric sound can be heard. Volcanic activity indicates Mount Siesta will very likely erupt within the next few hours. The nomadic city has already departed the area that will be affected by the eruption. There is no need for alarm. The tremors brought by the eruption could lead to a tsunami. All citizens should evacuate coastal areas immediately. All citizens should evacuate coastal areas immediately. It's happening? Today? Now? Really picked a terrible time. Maybe it's the perfect time. What do you mean by evacuate coastal areas immediately? Is this place going to be flooded? What about all this stuff? Are we taking anything with us? Anything we leave is going to get washed away, right? Don't take anything. Just go. The shop owner stops playing and looks at his partner. The oil fumes originating from the barbecue have yet to dissipate, and her face is still tinted red from the joy that has yet to fade. She regretfully puts down her barbecue skewers. It's possible that after we leave, the waves will swallow all our footprints today, including my grill and your guitar. Looks like the volcano and the sea are here to help us say goodbye to all that we had in our past. We should head upward. It won't get flooded there. We'll have a new life. Over at the city center, I'm always worried that it could be too cramped there. There's not enough room for all your instruments and my grill. But there's enough room for the two of us. The owner looks at his partner's eyes, his eyes glittering. Suddenly, she starts laughing. Right. That's more than enough. That's right, dear. That's more than enough. Come, let's get Tom. With how old and frail he is, we can't just leave him here to cry over his precious ice cream. Hey, Tom, time to go. If we don't leave before the waves come, you'll get sucked into the sea with all your ice cream. Ow. Ow. Where's the young lady who helped me bring the ice cream? We can't leave her behind. Found it. The 2 missing pages. There's no doubt this is Professor Kadia's handwriting. There's also the military's wax seal. Keller? What exactly are you hiding? Dr. Khan? It's you. Where's Professor Keller? The signal from the volcano's monitoring station cut off 2 hours ago. The data we got in, the end was really strange. Why didn't she inform anyone? She said the situation was critical, and she had to inspect it herself. Did she go alone? No. The intern from Lithanian went with her, I think. We made it to the safety zone, right? This place is over 100 kilometers from the volcano. I'm sure we'll be fine. I mean, that's what City Hall said. But don't you feel the ground shaking? Enos, have you seen Liv? Is she not home? She wasn't there when I got back. You mean she didn't go look for you? Shit. Huh? Everybody's gone. Did everyone go have fun somewhere else? Are you the only one here? Did you get left behind by your friends too? The transport is parked at the foot of the mountain. The once familiar mountain range now sports a completely different appearance. The flora on the mountain has withered long ago, and the rugged rockscapes now look taller than ever. With the sun gradually setting, a dark shadow is draped over the two researchers' minds. So this is Mount Siesta. Adele, be careful. This is as far as the transport will take us. We have to walk the rest of the way. Monitoring station number 1 is halfway up the volcano. We still have a long walk ahead of us. I'm fine. My energy can keep up still. The scholar lowers her head. Her heart is rending with a sharp, piercing pain. Just who is the terrified one? The volcano is right in front of her, but she cannot bring herself to take a single step forward. Professor Keller? Are you okay? Would you like to take my hand? Streams colored dark red can be seen slowly climbing their way through the mountain rocks, like the blood veins in one's body, all while the enormous thing breezes strenuously. From the Earth's core to this cliff, they flowed through the ages, enduring an intense heat and utter silence. This past seems to not be nearly as long as Adele had imagined. With the strength she has, she can still climb onto this mountain. But this path also seems to be much longer than she had imagined. It's long enough for her memories to be rinsed countless times at the bottom of her heart. This is where we set up the monitoring station. This equipment. Has someone been here? But there are no other footprints on the mountain. The originum energy response hasn't changed, but the temperature measurement instruments logged a high response. She takes a look around and can make out only the dark mountain gravel and molten rocks in the shadows. How strange. The event has most likely ended. Let's tune the instruments and head back. Khan, what are you doing here? I heard you two climbed the volcano. Why? Adele was worried because the monitoring stations indices? I've never seen this word, I'm sorry. Were fluctuating, so we came to inspect. It was probably caused by accident. We're preparing to evacuate to a safe observation point. Well, that don't look safe. The volcanic activity is definitely starting to pick up. The eruption might happen sooner than expected. Yeah, we need to go. Stay right there, Keller. Khan? The man, still out of breath, is trembling. He pulls out a file from his chest, and the moment Keller sees its cover, her expression changes immediately. September 1095. On Mount Una. Why did you suddenly leave the survey team? And in November that year, you didn't attend the Norman's funeral, but someone said they saw you at a symposium with the military at William University. On top of that, not even Adele has seen Kadia Nauman's research data. What is it doing in a letter between you and the Lithanian military? Keller, answer me. Professor Keller? Adele? I told you that I'd share everything with you when this observation is done. Khan, it's dangerous here. We should... Keller, look where we're standing. The Normans were here, on this very volcano. Are you still going to lie? Even here? I'm not really one to interfere with human affairs, but this isn't the place for a row. Dolly really showing up to break up the fight. I mean, an active volcano is not the right place to have this argument. This is true. Oof, this is just the right temperature. Hot springs are fun, but the temperature's a tad bit too peaceful. This temperature keeps my head clear. Helps me think about the real important questions. Say, which did the planet birth first? Lava or rocks? Let's start from the very beginning. Lava wasn't lava, and rock wasn't rock. All things are a cycle, and they take different shapes during their changes. And so, they were given different names. Man is always trying to use a sort of language to delimit the indescribable natures of the world. Almost like it's the only way they can get a good night's sleep. This, too, goes to show their lack of wisdom. Hey, watch out there. Don't splash all that lava everywhere, it's dangerous. It's not that likely, but what if someone just happens to walk by? What's with the ruckus? Someone trying to join us? The enormous monster beneath their feet is breathing heavier and heavier by the second. The temperature in their surroundings has risen quite a bit. The lava spewed out from the volcano's crater rapidly cools and turns into rocks that come rolling down. Con, Professor Keller, this place is dangerous. We should leave. Adele, you get out of here first. This is something that I need to settle with her. Right here and now. Con, don't be absurd. When you left them there on Mountain, what they had to face was much worse. Do you even have a conscience? Is admitting to what you've done harder than facing death? Con, we need to hurry. I won't be able to block the next wave. Watch out! Behind you! Adele lifts her staff, but the rocks are falling like rain. Her original marks are unable to melt all of them down. She focuses on protecting her allies, yet she can't hear their warnings or the sound of danger behind her. I saw you the past few days, but it looks like no one else can. I don't know where you came from. You're the only one who's willing to hang out with me. I know. You like strawberry ice cream too, right? Lies down obediently. Look, our home used to be right under that volcano there. But it's going to go away soon. Actually, no. I was abandoned there. And Harley and Enos found me. I don't know why I was abandoned. But if my real parents ever come looking for me, will they still be able to find me? Daddy is gone and Enos is leaving. Little lamb, what do you think our home really is? Where's the friend who ate the strawberry ice cream with me a long time ago? Unsatisfied groan. Hey! The ocean doesn't answer her. It merely sits between the two siestas as always. Suddenly, the girl notices that the calm, quiet shoreline has gotten closer to her at some point. The seawater gradually drowned the dry surface and has reached her feet. Liv! The surroundings suddenly fall silent. The bubbling lava and falling rocks. All of it are suddenly without sound whatsoever, as though time itself has ground to a halt. Adele isn't sure if it's her hearing aids that have failed, or that she has once again fallen into a dream. All she can feel is that she is enveloped by formless warmth, as though she has fallen into a cozy mattress. Poor little one. You seem to be frightened. Why did you climb the volcano at a time like this? Mr. Dolly? So this is where you've been. I thought you'd left. Where are Keller and Khan? Did the lambs cause the volcanic anomaly? Am I already dead? Hey, calm down, little one. I know you have a lot of questions, but slow down. We'll take it one step at a time. You are alive and well, and so are your buddies. But I won't let them see me. Once they wake up from this, all they'll think is they had a nice little nap. As for all that strange equipment on the volcano, terribly sorry. I told them to be extra careful. I'm not lying this time. But I wasn't able to keep them in check. They're being so rowdy with their fun. And I'm not lying about this either. Having fun? On a volcano? Of course, didn't I tell you? This is the second best thing on the planet. Volcano surfing. Adele lifts her head up and looks into the distance. There is lava gushing out of the crater sporadically, but she can faintly make out silhouettes of critters enjoying themselves. At the same time, there are many more creatures happily making their way toward the crater. The mountain is covered in a blanket of white wool, almost like clouds have come falling down from the sky and draped themselves over it. Mr. Dolly, these sheep aren't just your clones, are they? Oh? You've realized it, have you? Just as I said, I've met a lot of interesting folk during the long, long time I've been around. Now, don't get the wrong idea. They aren't souls or anything. There's no way to keep lives that have been lost. I simply copied how they look. Made all these little ones. It's like a personal collection? I thought you'd like them. That sounds kind of cruel. Look at me talking on and on. I only just noticed that you found the fur too. Yeah. It's been way too long since I last saw them. Just then another scar appears on her old tattered protective gear. I should have guessed. It's an apt metaphor, isn't it? Animals need thick fur to protect themselves. Same for humans. When I see you standing here like that, it's like I'm looking at two old friends of mine. I really miss them. Well, you earn no praise from me for inheriting their exquisite mantle. It's just, I'm guessing you miss them too. Poor girl. Why can't you just open up and admit it? No need to act tough. You shouldn't keep yourself so on edge either. No one will deny a girl your age the right to feel sad or afraid. You just need to learn to not act tough. If you're tired, stop and take a break. Or cry your heart out. Mr. Dolly, is the scavenger hunt just a game? It's true that it's not really all that mysterious of a puzzle. I just wanted you to have some fun, Adele. I had lots of fun during my time in Siesta. I don't understand. Why are you taking such good care of me in particular? It's simple. A girl as lovely as you is a rare sight on this world. Misfortune may find you often, but you have no less love than anybody else. Actually, I saw you a long time ago, back in Lithuanian. A little girl always earnestly reading her books in that tiny little spire. As the child of two genius academics, many had high expectations of her. She was seen as a gifted caster and a scholar. Outstanding, remarkably talented individuals like her are always burdened with achieving results to match their talent, even if they are inflicted with an incurable disease. They are seen by others as a tenacious role model. Young Adele, has anyone ever asked you what you wanted? Take a look. There are so many people and so many lives all around the world. You know volcanoes like the back of your hoof. But there are so many fun things out there besides volcanoes. Why not see for yourself? Thanks, Mr. Dolly. I've had a lot of fun these past few days. I can smell half a lie. Just half, but we'll leave it like this for now. It's nearly time. I really wanted to invite you to come try lava surfing with me, but the human body is too weak. I'll take you three someplace safe. Then, I have to be ready for the opening of Volcano Paradise. So long, Adele. Thanks, Mr. Dolly. Will we meet again? Perhaps. No. Maybe I should say we will meet again for sure. I hope that the next time we meet, I will get to see a truly happy Adele. Promise me this? Yeah. The fluffy creature shakes its body a little, walks forward a few steps, and lightly brushes the girl's cheek with its snout. Oh, I almost forgot. I owe you a reward for finding all three things. Mr. Dolly, do you know anything else about the death of my parents? What I mean is, the thing you're looking for isn't volcano watchers? You've been talking about volcano watchers? Surprise? I thought there used to be a lot of volcano watchers growing on Mount Siesta's hills. They look pretty, and they are tasty. That's why the little ones ate most of them up. Then I realized if they kept on eating them, it wouldn't be long before they went extinct. That's why I planted some of them in a secret spot behind their backs. So the volcano watchers aren't extinct yet. That's good news. Then where did you plant the flowers? Oh, just on top of a hill around the back of the volcano. By volcano, you mean this one? The one that's about to erupt? Yeah. Dolly is not the brightest sheep. Enos? Are you leaving? Why did you run out here all by yourself? I thought you weren't ever going to come back. Are you kidding me? When you're on the adventure team, you never work alone. Let's go home. The seawater has risen above their souls, making it difficult to even walk. Hurry! At first, the waves were just a hazy line at the far reach of their vision. But in just a blink of an eye, they are right here in front of them. Enos tightly clutches his sister as the waves beat against his less than robust back, causing him to stagger. Another taller wave is approaching them. There's no way. Let's try this. Enos tries his hardest to feel the rock in his body. It's close to his heart. Every time his heart beats, he can feel its hard texture. A rock the size of a man rises from the ground in front of the siblings and immediately crumbles, just barely withstanding the crashing of the wave. There is an intense pain in his chest. Enos! Look, didn't I tell you? I know magic. Enos wipes the blood on his face and pulls his sister so she isn't hurt by the crumbling gravel. Quick, hide behind me. One, two, seemingly formed by the white waves. A countless number of fluffy creatures rush towards them from the coast. They stack together and form a wall. More precisely, a dam. The waves clash against the furry dam, completely absorbed by it the very next second. I must have gone crazy. What exactly is this? Having absorbed the seawater, their white wool has grown even puffier, enough to keep the siblings safe from the dangerous waters. After who knows how long, the ground has finally stopped shaking, and the waves gradually start to calm. Are we saved? Shivers, shakes the dry body. Thank you? Happily bleat. Just like cotton candy dissolving in the water, the beastling suddenly disappears. I guess that's a near-death hallucination? Enos! The night deepens, and at some point in time, the bustling crowd's clamor gradually starts to fade. Someone else taken out a guitar and started playing a gentle melody. Almost like some tacit understanding. Everyone looks in the same direction. A pillar of smoke gradually rises from the volcano's caldera, followed by spews of dark red and ash gray. The ground is trembling slightly underneath their feet. We're so far out. We definitely won't get caught in that. Right? It still came. Oh. It really erupted. Sobs. The people in the crowd hold the hands of those around them. Parents hug their children tight as pedestrians begin to hold their breaths, as though they finally feel a weight off their shoulders, or perhaps like a giant boulder has finally crushed their hearts. Sighs and quiet mumblings can be heard amongst the crowd, yet this makes the whole street seem even more quiet. This continues for a very, very long time, until the crowd snaps back from the sight before them. I can still recall that back when I was a young boy. My parents would never take me to this little hill. It was full of flowers and trees whose names I never knew. There were so many of them, and they smelled so wonderful every spring. My father was allergic to their pollen, so he would wait for us at the bottom of the hill. My mother and I would bend the flowers' branches and weave garlands. We ran and ran across the hill, and waved down to the bottom of the hill. That won't ever happen again. Mr. Tom? It's nothing, girl. I'm just thinking about the past. I used to sell ice cream every day, meeting all kinds of children. Now my children are all in Colombia. They didn't come back home, even for a time like this. Sir, your children are far away. It's possible that they didn't know Siesta's volcano was going to erupt today. They might be on their way, or they could have a package still in transit. I came here because I wanted to build a logistics center that connected all regions and shortened the distances between them. Maybe someday, you'll get things from different places more quickly, and your children will know how you're doing that much faster. But we're still a long way from achieving that. Just now, I was thinking that I might be able to do something to help. What's that? If anyone needs to send a postcard to family abroad, Mountain Calm Trade could deliver them for free for the next few days. By the time they get them, or when they come back after they get their postcards, Siesta will be a better place than it is now. I'll do my best to make this a better place too. It's a small wish of mine, aside from my commercial ambitions. Thanks, kid. It's such a nice thing to be able to write to your family. When I was studying in Colombia, I would sometimes get homesick at night. I always wanted to write home, but I couldn't afford international postage. So all I ever did was cry myself to sleep. That's when I'd remember a poem that means something like, wheresoever someone is, the twin moons in the night sky are always the same. And if we look at the moons, even the greatest distances are nothing. Does Siesta have any songs like that? The old man clears his throat. His beard slightly twitches as though he remembers something, and starts singing a song, stiltedly. The volcanic ash slowly spreads, covering half the sky. Each day I linger aside my dreams. I've lost my way, I'm a fowl without wings. I grasp at hope, I'm holding on out. Oh, on the road I will come tumbling down. And maybe sometimes something scares in me, if tomorrow's sun I see. But I'm just heading far. I'm no wanderer. I'm just heading far. I'm no wanderer. 'Cause right out there, I've been looking to be. Lady Ceylon. Schwarz, what are you doing here? I had a few missions for Rhodes Island, but I came as soon as I was finished with them. It took me forever to find you. I'd been searching the crowd for the better part of the day. I have your favorite tea in my bag. I'll give it to you as soon as we get back. And I also wanted to come back. They see the rocks in their memories crumble as a magnificent even glow they had never seen before rises from the top of the volcano. A pink smoke covers half of the sky and gradually flutters downward toward the ground. Although they did not see it for themselves, they know a memory that belonged only to them has now been forever buried underneath the white volcanic ash. Am I seeing things? How did the top of the volcano turn white? What are you talking about? I don't see it. Siesta has been wiped out. I think reborn might be the appropriate word here. I say we remember this day forevermore. How about we call it the Volcano Festival? Sweet peaceful dreams to you each evening. Not a worry, not a sweat. For what's gone is gone and the future will come. The sun will rise tomorrow. Happy days. See you, Siesta. See you, Siesta. Don't be sad, Lady Ceylon. Tomorrow is a new day. Right. Tomorrow is a new day. Hey, you ugly ass sheep. Keep my vinyls out your stinking mouth. No more chewing my limited edition shirt either. Wash that lava, damn it. Heat degrades a vinyl sound. You think this is gonna wear out my patience? You got another thing coming. I do this 10,000 years. Dolly, I swear, I'ma feed your clones to the wolves. I forgot the Emperor was here. He's gonna get his revenge eventually.